How y'all doing? RobsFault here. Dad Bros. Shit Talking with RobsFault. We've got the lovely Krystall Poppin here for episode. I don't know. Is this 2, 3, something like that? It's one of the episodes. Uh, how y'all doing?
Good, good. How you doing?
Lovely after that shot.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta warm up and shit.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Real quick before I forget, shout out this weekend we are here for Viva La Mota. This episode will be posted after that, so look forward to those. You'll probably already see all of it by the time you see this episode. But to our sponsors, Ganja Goods, Gas Monkey, High End Taste, Dang, the food trucks, all the food trucks, Munchie Boys, Sabores, all of y'all. There's a lot of y'all. We appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all. Today we got some pre-rolls from High End Taste. I know Krystall all business. She don't want to.
Yeah. So I don't like to smoke like like when I'm on camera and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, once the business is done, like fucking let's light one up, roll one up.
Well, we got plenty extra. So you on your own smoking today, my boy.
Yeah.
So I'm on probation, so I don't smoke.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. You know. I know. I just feel like I like to be myself on camera.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Well, I'm not texting. Technology. I write all my notes down here. I got all the questions down, But how was our trip?
It was good. It was good. I think it's cool because it was me, my boy 3, and my boy DS.
Shout out y'all. They behind the scenes.
Yeah, shout out the squad. We're the original, like the OG boys. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Like, cause I have a bigger team, and we usually travel all together and stuff. My makeup artist, my security guard, like my stylist. Like we have a big team. But when we decided to do this trip, I was like, it's just like I just need you two. You know what I mean? Like let's just make this trip happen and shit. And we were driving, and I was like, "Damn, it's like the OGs. Like we're like the day ones. You know what I mean?" Mm-hmm. So it was really cool. That was just like the trifecta again.
That's what's up. I seen you got the band going now,
huh? Oh yeah. I seen that now too. Like that now it expanded even more now that I travel with a band and stuff. So certain shows I don't bring them because I feel like I like to see certain shows go more for the ladies. Mm-hmm. Like when I want to turn up just like the ladies, like I feel tomorrow's gonna be like, that's when I like to just like focus, like it's just us, like I'm there for y'all. Mm-hmm. And the band, it's cool. It's just like a different vibe. It's more of like a mature, serious vibe and stuff. And I do like my more like slower songs and like my more sad songs and stuff. Because I have a lot of depressing music, but
I wouldn't say that. Since you bring that up, me personally, I've been a KP fan for some time now. But what made me a music fan was about a year ago. You dropped
Therapy Pack.
It's a specific music video I saw dedicated to your pops.
All the Good Die Young.
All the Good Die Young.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that really made me be like, all right, she more than just a pretty face.
Yeah.
She's really putting music out that people can relate to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think the crazy thing that I've realized that happened in my career is when I first started, that was the music I was putting out.
Yeah.
Like you could see that in my first album. And it's called Starstruck if anyone wants to check it out. But that's really like the vibe I was putting out. And as I started entering the industry and like reaching like these like label heads and stuff and getting in contact with them, they were switching my direction.
Yeah.
And it was more like, you need to put out bops and you need to put out this fun music. And during that time I didn't know I could make like bops and stuff. So I was like all with it, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, cool, like put out bops. And then after a while I was like, well, this is not all I am, like this is fun and I'm capable of doing this, but I'm so much more than that. And I think that after a while I was like, I need to come back to who I am and like my roots and stuff. And I think that's when I started dropping like All the Good Die Young, Live In. I've dropped a EP called Therapy Pack. Mm-hmm. And I started showing everybody like, don't forget, like that's literally where I started. That's how I entered the game.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that I have those both dynamics because I can appeal to a lot of different audiences. You know what I mean? And I like that about myself.
Yeah, for sure. It's dope. It's coming like from All the Good Die Young for me, that one is like one the music video. That's you. I guess you could say I'm a crier. I'm an emotional
Right.
person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So the
Just to
music
hear
video
that.
off rip gets me.
Yeah.
But just coming from my background and a lot of loss, and then the military, losing a lot of friends and
Right.
everything. When I saw that song, I was like, damn. And then so like for Viva La Mota, it was never our intention to try to book you. We wasn't
Okay.
even trying.
Yeah.
Cause in my head, I'm like, there ain't no way we do that budget right there.
Yeah.
We got the co-headliner Lil Yoda and his partner Kevin McGee. They're on the legwork tour right now.
Mhm.
And Lil Yoda's got this song called Gas. That's San Antonio smokers anthem right there. You know,
Nice.
for the last 10 years. So for me, is and that he's one of my closest homies. For me, it's like you the headliner. That's it. Someone brought it upon this. I'm like, and they was like, oh yeah, we'll take care of it. We'll pay for it. I'm like, all right, we'll set it up. And then it was like, you know, somewhere along the line, didn't work out. I'm like, nah, we already started this conversation.
Mhm.
Let me go back to the books, see how we can do this. So, uh, but it's that original music, not the newer stuff that really had me like, hey, we got to bring that out.
Oh
Like,
shit. Okay.
yeah,
That's good to know because like I have my set list planned out, you know, because I definitely want to like cheer on the women.
yeah,
But now that you're telling me that, that's giving me ideas because every show I craft it. I
yeah,
craft my set list. Like I don't just have one set list and that's what I perform. No, no, no. Like I definitely like shape them to what I feel like the event needs and
yeah.
like what they would like to see. So like you're giving me ideas of like what else I could throw in there for sure.
It's dope, man. And you brought up Hennessy earlier.
Yeah.
That song, that's a
Hennessy,
banger
yeah.
too,
Yeah,
right there.
for sure.
You got some, you got some bangers on there.
Thank you.
How did Back Into It?
Back into it, yeah.
Ice Cube. How did that
see
come
what I'm
upon?
saying?
Who brought
So-
that out? Because that's the other side.
I know. So that's the other side, okay?
That's the other side. It's like, hey, we going to the club tonight. That's that one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So the way that whole thing started, like the first was Jenny69 made a
Mhm.
group chat with me and Reverie.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, she was just like, hey bitches, like we need to make a motherfucking song. Like what the fuck, let's do this shit. And you know, like that,
Yeah.
and we were like, me and Rev are just like, fuck yeah, because me and Rev are already homegirls and shit. Me and Jenny, like all three of us are already like cool with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she decided to make that group chat and just be like let's do this, everyone was on board. Everyone was with it. Everyone was like, of course, yeah, let's do it. So then we start throwing ideas together, and we just had the group chat lit. Like we were just talking about what the possibilities were, what we can do. And then we narrowed it down to like, okay, like it needs to be a bad bitch anthem. Like that's what we need to do. Like, cause we were like, should we make something like about like fuck what we've been through, or should it be this or that? And then we were just like, nah, it needs to be like hyping up the women. Okay, cool. So we just started like getting beats together. And then we got a bunch of beats together. We decided on the beat that Back Into It ended up being.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, this is dope. It's like, it's Ice Cube, you know, like they're from LA and
Already,
shit.
yeah.
Well, Jenny's from Riverside, but it's like Cali and shit, you know?
Mhm.
So I thought that I was like, they're going to really like this. I threw that beat in there and shit. And then they were like, this is the one, like, let's run with it. And we just started putting our verses together. We ended up recording them. We put together the concept for the video. I was like, "Ooh, Jenny, you gotta be like the bad bitch teacher." And I was like, "What for all teachers?" And we're just teaching the bitches how to be bad bitches. You know what I mean? Like it was just so fun and lighthearted. And I love the fact that a lot of women got behind that too.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, like we wanted to show like, you can be powerful through like being a boss and a bad bitch. You know,
Mhm.
that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
Like when I step on stage, when I talk on a song, no matter if I'm being sad or happy or turn up, like I'm representing for the bosses and the bad bitches, because you can be both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure,
And I
for
think
sure.
that's what that song represents.
We have a so I co-founded a company called All Dang Creations. We're a manufacturer for legal cannabis products, CBDs, Delta 8s, Delta 9s, for edibles.
Mhm.
My business partner, Chef Kush, you'll meet him at the dinner. But one of our products is a cereal bar. Well, we have a line of cereal bars, 300 milligrams.
Nice.
We got the RobsFault. That one's after me. It's a mix, 1 to 1, Delta 8, Delta 9, and CBD for, you know, because everything's my fault and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
When you passed out on the couch, must be there laughing and shit. Yeah, it was me.
Nice.
And then we've got we've got our full spectrum Delta 9, and then we have the Boss Bitch, which is made after his wife.
Okay.
It's only
I like
CBD
that. Okay.
for the the lady that's got to work throughout the day.
There
She wants to get her medication, but still got to work. So
Love
yeah, we've got the Boss Bitch product.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing.
So you're speaking about women and uplifting women. Me personally, I come from a very strong upbringing of being led by chingonas. My mother, she's an immigrant from Monterrey.
Yeah.
Her mother is still out there in Houston on the corners slinging tamales, roses, you name it. She's out there. She don't stop. It gets me mad. It's like, grandma, relax. Like, it's 100 degrees outside.
Sit down,
like,
grandma.
You know what I'm saying? She feeds
everybody.
She goes to the corner, slangs her roses, comes back, feeds everybody for lunch, and then goes back out.
The OGs don't want to sit, dude. They don't. It's just in them.
Yeah.
They just want to do so much all the time.
And then my other grandmother on my father's side, she practically raised me. She always had food on the table for everybody, and growing up too, I've always had just being raised by strong women. I've always had that admiration for women in music. Music's always been therapy. So for me, it's always been like Evie Queen. Yeah. She'll forever be. The Nina Skies, I think they were so underrated. Prima J was so underrated in my opinion. There's so much talent out there. Even now, like growing up, I just seen recently Angel got signed. Angel Cinturón.
I know.
I'm like, man, that's like I remember when she was younger, following her. She went to the same high school my grandfather worked at.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Seeing a lot of that. Who are your outside of the? I feel like everyone always says the J-Los. Everyone always says, Christina Aguilera's. Nowadays, everyone always says Karol G.
Yeah.
Who are your underrated bosses out there? The
underrated,
chingonas out there?
the chingonas. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna start like off the bat. I'm gonna say Snow the product. I'm gonna feel like Snow deserves her flowers. Yes. She has put in the motherfucking work. I feel like anything that if you are a female Latina rapper, you look to her to find out what to do. How is it possible? Can it be done? What can be done? Like that, off the bat, off the rip, right there.
I want to just make it clear. You see the first one on my notes.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
You know
absolutely, yeah. It's in concrete. You know what I mean, it's cemented. So I want to start off with that for sure. Other than that, I want to definitely let me see. When I want to talk about just like my influences, I've looked up to people such as like Lauryn Hill. Like I remember growing up to a lot of like Lauryn Hill and like looking up to her just because I felt like she was just so like she would speak to you like on some like human shit, you know, like be a better human. Yeah. And I always loved that about her, and the fact that she could rap and sing. I always loved that. You know? And she was definitely someone that encouraged me to be like, good in both worlds. You know, not just a rapper, not just a singer, but merging those two together. Definitely. Lauryn Hill. Nicki Minaj, I'm definitely going to say that has influenced me in a way where she has shown the world how far a female rapper can go. And she's still going. Yeah. She's not even stopped yet. Like, this is not even her parking, you know? Like, she's still going. And that, as a female rapper, is something I look up to because it's like she's going on world tours. I want to go on a world tour. And who can I look to that's possible? Nicki Minaj, you know? So definitely, I'll give them their flowers for sure. And then I guess the last person I'll just throw in there is Missy Elliott. Because Missy Elliott reminds me that, like, you gotta be jamming. Like, jam, bitch. Like, be in the clubs. Make these dance groups, like, dance to your shit. Like she was up there, every inch of her skin covered, but they was dancing to her shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that so much about her. The lyrical content, the flows, just like I love to jam, bro. So like that.
Okay. Sure. I gotta throw out there Paula DeAndre.
Oh, dude, for sure.
So when I became a fan of you, it was passing on from Paula.
Ooh,
Growing up,
oh,
it was
shit.
growing up. It was like, man, hey,
Yep.
hey, and then her music too. I thought
She is such a gem.
Yeah.
She is the Latina diamond. Like
Yeah.
her voice,
underrated.
underrated for sure. I feel like, and the fact that she has just like platinum records, like
Yeah.
her voice is a diamond, dude. And she's my favorite like Latina singer,
Yeah.
hands down, for sure.
I feel that. I feel that.
I remember being like really young, and there was this baseball field in El Paso, Texas, called Cohen Stadium. We had a baseball team called the Diablos. I don't know if you know about them, but they had a concert one time, and I was in the stands. I think it was with my mom or something, and then I just see they're like, okay, Paula Deanda. And then I see this little tiny little girl running with a little yellow jacket. She's running, and getting to the stage. And then she just like puts on this amazing performance. And I just saw this little brown girl, like I was like so inspired by that moment. I didn't even know I was gonna do music at that point. I was so little. I was like, oh my God, like I was so like touched by her singing, and like it's that whole experience I'll never forget. And I told her, I was like, dude, I remember you performed one time in El Paso at Cohen Stadium, and I was just like so blown away by you. And she was like, oh my God, that's so crazy.
Yeah, nah, shit.
Yeah, we're homegirls now.
That's dope. That's dope. I seen one recently. Someone posted about what they said, something about I think it was Louis the singer. He said about meeting your idols.
Yeah.
And how a lot of people say don't meet your idols because you're going to be disappointed, and how he has not been disappointed.
Right, right.
Is that something that you feel the same about?
Honestly, I haven't had that experience to where in certain way. Let me explain this one. Yes and no. So in certain ways where people who are actually my idols, Paula Deanda, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, GT Garza, they have not let me down.
Yeah.
Bun B. I've met all these people, shook their hands, made music with them, and they have just
your shit with GT.
Dude.
Those are
underground legendary shit right there.
Those songs right there is
me and him are just like yin and yang on the songs. Like GT Garza is one of my favorite rappers, for sure, top 5. And I'm just saying, like,
let's hear it. You said it, so let's hear it.
My top 5.
Yeah.
So my number 1 is Lil Wayne.
Okay.
My number 2 is Kanye West.
Okay.
Number 3 is Kendrick Lamar. Number 4 is GT Garza, and number 5 is Nicki Minaj.
So you team Kendrick?
I've been team Kendrick since Section 80.
Okay.
I've been team Kendrick since Section 80. So let's get into this. I'm so fucking excited for hip hop right now because of this beef.
Yeah.
This beef. Because we haven't really seen like a
real beef
match like that.
Nah.
Yet. I really don't feel before. I feel like Biggie and Pac was really like the last like match we saw that was like legendary, iconic. And the fact that it's Drake and Kendrick right now, I'm excited. As a Kendrick fan, I'm excited. I'm also a Drake fan. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've learned a lot from Drake. I study artists. So, like, the fact that it's Kendrick and Drake, I'm excited because I'm a fan of both.
Yeah.
But it's really cool for hip-hop. I think we need this.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Kendrick does. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a little hurt from Cole, man.
I know.
But also, that's my vibe. The whole might delete later. That's me. Like I tell my team all the time. I often let it go. Don't trip about it. Walk away. We're gonna let our actions prove it.
Exactly. Let your actions
so I feel it. I feel it. But at the same time,
this is my stance on Cole. Stand on business.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put it out there, stand on it, bro.
Yeah.
Like say it with your chest. You can't put it out and apologize. You can't neutralize yourself with that, you know? It's one or the other. Mm-hmm. And if you're gonna apologize, don't put it out.
Yeah.
Just keep the same energy.
I feel that.
He should have stood on it, and I think that would have been more respectable. I understand why he apologized. I get it, you know? But just as a hip hop fan, as someone who like loves watching like these matches and stuff, I think you should have thought it through a little more if that was gonna be the end result. Or if you're gonna put it out, like stand on that shit.
Yeah.
You know? That's just where I'm at.
I feel that. You know, so you talked about your top 5. I'm on a complete opposite. Like,
really?
If I talk about my top 5, it's like Big Crit. I
Yep.
don't know.
Yep. That's one of G's favorites. He went
Yeah,
on tour with him.
yeah, Big Crit. He's out. He's just he's poetic with it.
Yeah.
Fabulous. His
I
mixtapes.
love
His
Fabulous.
mixtapes.
I've learned a
You
lot
know,
from him too.
I love his music, but his mixtapes are just
Yep.
different.
Yeah.
Mozzie out of
Yeah.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
He's I might say he's the shit from you that I like.
Mhm.
That's all him right there,
Ooh,
man.
okay.
But he's a little more street with it, a little more thuggish with it. But man, he speaks to the soul, man, when it comes to pain and all that. And yeah, but those 3 right there. Lately, slowly creeping in. I say seeing Jeezy's jumping in there.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I fuck with that.
And then top 4, easy. Crit, Mozzie, Fabulous, and Zero. After that top 5 is interchangeable depending on the day.
I feel that way too.
Like Sad Boy Local, I really fuck with him lately.
Shit, okay.
Especially like the new one he just did with MC Magic remixing Soulfly and all that. Like, yeah, that's interchangeable. Outside of Texas or inside of Texas, I'm not getting that therapy that I'm needing lately. You know, and
I feel it.
outside of Road, there's no one that does that therapy like that. Slim Thug. Slim Thug's close up there with the therapy for me.
He's that boss talk.
Yeah, you know, and I'm in there with the therapy when it comes to music. Seeing Jeezy, he's been dropping a lot of, he's been getting away from his West Coast stuff and dropping a lot of heartfelt stuff. Yes. Besides the one he just released, Bounce. But Bounce goes hard. Yeah. But it's definitely get back to his West Coast stuff. Yeah. I don't know, I'm a little all over the place with my music just because, you know, being in the military, living all over the place.
That's a good thing. You don't become complacent.
With that, I'm sure you can relate too. I don't like to argue with people about food.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you argue with California, hey, bro, was that a good blunt?
Damn.
Yeah? You good, bro?
You got a smoking partner, though, right? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Still got another one, though. On the cool, shout out 1.5 grams. Try to get triangle runs, 0.5 grams of pave for rosin.
High-end taste. Tony, man.
Tony.
So this THC, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, give me, like, the best explanation of, like, what, like, Delta 8 can, like why would I smoke that?
So let's start with THC, period.
Okay.
THC is a psychedelic. So when people talk about medicine and full bodies and all that, people don't like the word CBD.
Okay.
Because they think it's fake weed.
Okay.
But if you're getting a full body high off of it, I guarantee you it has CBD on it. Because THC is a psychedelic. Now, THC enhances the CBD and CBD counteracts the psychoactive. Okay. So when partnered together, you get those full body highs. It's catch me with my bath bomb, the CBD bath bomb, the blunt, all that, before my probation days. When you get that real medicine, it's not just THC. 100%. Now, different strains do help with different things. You know, when we talk about your eating, wanting to eat more, wanting to eat less. You know, obviously the differences between indicas and sativas.
What makes you eat less?
Off the top of my head,
yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm the cannabis for dummies.
Oh, okay,
now we talk to my partners downstairs. Okay. They're the ones that'll be like, well, Delta 8 does, it'll do this for you and that for you. Delta 9 does this for you. THCP, THCA, all this stuff, and I'm the cannabis for dummies.
Okay, because I'm like a snagging ass bitch, and sometimes I'm like, I need something to slow me the fuck down, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'll be in the gym, and then I just ruin it.
There are certain strains that'll help you with that.
Okay.
Man, my Google got me my degree. Shout out Google.
Yeah, straight up.
I did
YouTube University and shit.
Let me not pip my school out, and then they start looking me up and take my degree away.
Right. No, I feel it.
Hey, Google, Chegg, all them things, they got me my degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's certain strains that'll help you with all that.
Okay, I gotta look into that. Cause like, I got into the marijuana business and stuff. Shout out Poppin OG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't travel with it. I wish I would have, brought y'all something, but I don't travel with it.
There you go.
So
I'm on probation. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I am, learning a lot about like, the background of stuff, the way things break down and everything like that. And which is why I chose what I chose for the strain. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to pick something that was going to knock me on my ass, but I didn't want to pick something that wasn't going to do shit. So I kind of like met in the middle. You know what I mean? It's a hybrid, indica dominant. And it's definitely something that's going to like get you a nice creative high, at least for me. Like it makes me feel creative in the studio, but it doesn't get me lazy. Like I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be here anymore. So that's kind of like what I found.
No, for sure.
Me,
I feel that. It's important to have those. Like I've never been an indica person just because I like to work. But then I have had those moments where it's like 2-3 in the morning and it's like I can't sleep.
Right.
Gotta pip myself out.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta pip myself out.
Exactly.
Man, all this cannabis talk got me off track. So why cannabis?
Because I feel it goes so well hand in hand with music. And everything that I'm involved with, everything I want to be involved with. I want to be on these like weed festivals, like tonight too. Like I feel like it's just so much like I can talk about at the event tomorrow and everything. Like I just feel like cannabis goes so well with music. There's rappers that only rap about it. I grew up listening to Cypress Hill. You know what I mean? Like I would love to be a part of like those festivals and shit. So I just felt like when I got into an industry or like a product or something like that I wanted it to be something that I could roll with,
I see both of y'all right there in his like, hey, this is going. Hey, bro, she boring or what, bro? Like,
shout out to High End Taste.
Damn, that was the good shit.
Hey, we got another interview after this, bro.
That's what that one's for.
There you go. That's some good shit. Nah, but I'm just saying, like, that's why I picked that. Because if I didn't want to pick something like, I've gotten into clothes. I've done like clothing collaborations. I got my own merch line and clothing line and stuff like that. But for me to focus on clothing, I feel like it would like, although I could sell my clothes at my events, I didn't know how much it could like go hand in hand, but I just felt cannabis was the perfect fit. And I smoke and shit, and I was just like, I'm a rapper, rap. I remember when I wrote my album with at GT's studio, like it was blunt to blunt to blunt, back to back all day. As soon as you wake up, you're waking up to the smell of weed, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it is,
I feel it. I'm gonna take a quick right turn right quick.
Okay.
Your TikTok.
Yeah.
So we talk about food. We almost brought up the food conversation a second ago. We're gonna go back to that.
Yeah.
Always talking about your big boy.
I always had to talk about my big boy.
Hey.
I always had to.
But you talking about your big boy.
My big boy.
Hey, he be disappointing us. He be disappointing us.
I know,
how he not gonna get up and go eat with you?
I'm like, motherfucker. I was like, what is it? What he got?
And how he not gonna get up and cook if that's the case?
That's what I said. He cook good too.
Shit.
He knows. His mama could good. Taught him how to cook good. He cooks good. But I'm just saying, like, I was so pissed that day. Oh, all I wanted in my life that moment was some wings.
Yeah.
Like, baby, I'm busy. I got my money, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm the priority. And that's when I made that video. I was like, oh hell no. This motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Did not want to take me to go get wings. Like, you know what I mean? But I think it's cool. He's cool with it all too. Like he's seen all the videos and shit. He's cool because he's like that. They're gonna relate to you. You know what I mean? And they're gonna see like this is some real shit. Like.
And then some of us gonna not relate to him too.
You know what I mean? They're like,
on,
no, I would drop everything and take you. And I like seeing that because I like him to see that. I'm like, look at you.
The other day I was mad. The other day I texted my sister. I'm like, "What you doing? Is it too late to go grab a bite to eat?" Because I don't be out there like that. So it's work, kids, work, kids.
Yeah.
So and I don't have time for my family, for my friends.
Yeah.
So it's like 10:30, 10:45.
Work, right?
I'm like, "What's up? Trying to go grab a bite to eat." Text me the next morning. It's never too late, but I was asleep.
You see?
Bruh, by myself over there. I ain't, actually, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get up because I don't go out for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't cook for myself.
Yeah.
So when I'm hungry like that, I hit the Tostino's pizza. You know, pizza roll,
Right.
something quick and easy.
Yeah.
But I'd be mad too. I'd be like, man, that's some. Come on, bro, go get the wings.
I know. Oh my god.
What kind of wings?
It was cool. Okay, so honestly, I love me some Wingstop. There's other places, you know, like Pluckers when I'm in the city that has Pluckers. You know, there are those really dope ass places. But
Pluckers
also, like, I'm hungry, like I'm starving, and I want wings, and I know what's good.
Yeah.
I go to Wingstop. A lot of people talk shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so Wingstop. I'll get me. It depends how hungry I am. If I'm just regular hungry, I'll get me a 6-piece. If I'm a little more hungry, 8 or 10. But I get extra crispy Louisiana rub.
Okay.
And then I get a side of atomic sauce.
Okay.
And then a side of ranch. And then I like to dip the Louisiana rubs into the atomic sauce and then into the ranch.
No cheese?
I mean,
you know they got the cheese. Man,
I've got a cheese before.
That's my shit there. That's what I love about Wingstop.
I like it on my
ranch
on my fries.
To the cheese
I
or
like
the
it on
cheese.
my fries. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. Not on my. I haven't done it, so I can't knock it. But I just not my thing. You know what I mean?
Bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Okay.
For sure. I like to
every time.
Bone. Every time.
See, sometimes I gotta go boneless. I want to be clean.
Right.
I go to sleep. My dogs be licking my beard and shit.
So
like,
I get boneless when I have really fresh nails.
Okay.
Like when they're super fresh, like I just got them done, and they're a bunch of stones and diamonds and shit.
Not trying to be like Cardi, you know, poking yourself.
That's when I have that. Okay, I'll do boneless. I'm like, I'm not trying to fuck up my nails, but on the regular, like right now, I can go.
So do you do? Are you a drums or a flats person?
I need both. I can't just all go one.
I'm drums.
Really? Yeah.
For me, there's only one use for flats.
What?
First date. To let her know what's up.
Oh,
that's the only use for flats. Ain't no other use for flats.
Oh my god, that's fucking
Or when she
funny.
acting up. All right, let's get the flats out.
That's
let you know what you're missing out on since you want to act up.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I've never heard that. That's hilarious.
That's all.
I know. Okay, so look, you know what fucked me up? My homeboy one time we went to go get wings and shit, and I was with my boys and shit, and he's like, "You know how to eat flats, quick?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" Yeah. And he's like, "Look at this." So he held in his hand. He like twisted one of the bones and he ripped it out.
Yeah.
Put it aside. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then he grabs the other bone, grabs the meat and twists it out and like smashes the meat down like that.
Like a
and
crawfish.
it was crazy. I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He threw the bone and he dipped the whole thing in ranch and ate the whole thing like that. And it blew my fucking mind, dude. I was like,
see, that's a lot of work, and that's something that you got to do with flats.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but letting you know.
I feel it.
So I'm all drums.
I just need the variety. I think like when I'm eating too many drums in a row, I get bored. So I need some flats, but then I get bored. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I don't know. Like I can't really like eat alone. Not alone. In silence.
Yeah.
So I gotta have the TV on, so I don't get bored eating.
Yeah.
I'm watching the sports or.
I hate eating alone.
I just restarted watching Yellowstone, like, because there ain't shit on anymore. Like,
tell me about that.
Yeah, man, I eat alone all the time. Like,
I hate it though. I hate eating alone. Sometimes
I don't
go
like to
live.
talk.
Sometimes I'll go live just so I don't eat.
If
alone.
I'm eating, like, hey, we're having a great conversation. We start eating.
Yeah.
We'll talk when the food's done.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like talking when I'm starving. Like, let me.
I do get hangry. I be relating with
hangry.
Man, I be like, look.
I'm a hangry ass bitch for real.
Look, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, but everyone be like, Rob ain't ate yet. Nah, he hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
I think I get that from my mom. I grew up seeing her be hangry.
Yeah.
Like her yelling at us to clean the fucking house and oh cabrones and all this and that, and then we just look at she hasn't eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs to eat.
So food.
Yeah.
I don't like arguing with people from California. I don't like arguing with people from Texas.
Right.
Being a Texan myself, because I feel like unless you've truly experienced both sides, not visited but spent a lot of time on both sides, then you can speak on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you ask me, we're talking about street tacos. I don't think anyone beats East San Jose, Story Street, going towards the Rock. You know, you're gonna pass up about 10, 15 food trucks, and about 8 to 10 of them are good. I don't think anyone beats them. L.A., Texas, New Mexico. I have one that's probably in my top 10 that's off crazy. North Shore of Hawaii, but the owner of that spot moved there after growing up in L.A.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
that
okay.
spot right there might sound crazy at first, but get to know him, be turned up there, you know, 2 blocks from the beach, have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about breakfast. I feel like we can't argue about breakfast. It's different. Breakfast burritos, breakfast tacos.
Yeah.
Even from El Paso to Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all talk about y'all spot.
Chico's
What is
tacos.
Chico's.
Oh my god.
That's fucking taquitos in a soup.
I know.
That's taquitos in a soup.
I know. But I mean, so this is what
It's good.
This is a conclusion I've drawn from Chico's tacos, is that when I was little, we didn't have a lot of money, and we're a big family. I think it was like 12 of us living in the house at one time. Okay.
Siblings.
Siblings, tias, their kids, my
Okay.
grandma, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody lived together. And we couldn't just be eating out all the time. We rarely ate out. But whenever we did eat out, we all wanted Chico's tacos.
Okay, I can respect that.
That's when it was just like, oh, like, yes, a treat.
Yeah.
So I think I realized that's, I've shared that sort of experience with a lot of people that I grew up with on the schools I went to and stuff. They're like, we only got it when we had money, income tax, payday, when it was not the bill week or whatever. And I feel like maybe we just relate Chico's tacos with a special treat with family. We're up right now, so we get to have Chico's tacos. You know what I mean? I think that's why I love it. Not only that, it's just like I love the way it tastes. I think it's so different. When I was getting older and I realized it wasn't anywhere else, I thought that was really cool. I was like, okay, we have something really special and unique. You know what I mean? So I understand when people from out of town come through and they don't like it because they don't have that connection to it like, you know, people from there do. I'm getting my mouth water just thinking about it right now, dude, okay? Like, I freaking...
Chico's is good. I'm not saying it's not good, but... I got every time I gotta go at least once.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, it's a staple in EP.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
All right. What is your food from California that Texans always want to argue against that you think is better in Cali?
You know what it is. You know it's In-N-Out or Whataburger. You know.
I think In-N-Out and Whataburger is equally trash.
I'm not gonna let you say that.
I don't like Whataburger. I don't like In-N-Out. Equally trash.
This is my argument. I could eat Whataburger. Like if I had to eat Whataburger every single day for a month, I could do it. But if I had to eat In-N-Out every single day for a month, I would hate it. I would hate it.
So back to the question. What is the California food that Texans think is trash that you think is better in California?
Oh, better in California?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot, but I will say this. California has a lot of actual like street taco setups on the street, on the sidewalk. Yeah. You walking up and there's a bunch of Mexicanos cooking up the food with the trompo and everything. I don't see that too much in Texas. I can't, definitely not in El Paso. We don't have like tacos from the street.
It does feel more generic, authentic.
Authentic, yeah. So I will say that. Yeah. And I do love visiting those spots. I forgot where this place was located, but I think it was called like El Venado. What, Venado? Yeah, in LA. That was probably my favorite street taco spot. Yeah. Because they had carne asada fries. And ooh, so good. I'm such a fan of carne asada fries.
I'm not disappointed. One of our food trucks, they got some family emergencies, and so they're shut down for about 3 weeks.
Damn.
But they've got the Zaza. They're a brisket-based food truck. They've got it called Munchie Boys. So munchies, cannabis. Nice. They've got the Zaza, and it's a layer of fries, a layer of mac and cheese, and then they put on the salsa and the crema, the pico, and then the brisket on top.
They closed?
And then they'll put hot Cheetos on top, and oh man. And then
They're not gonna be there?
they're I can call her for you, but nah, they you know,
no.
prayers for them.
Yeah,
You know, going through some family things right now, health issues. They'll be back strong. But yeah, Zaza, man. And then they've got one like during the winter. It's called the RobsFault. See, what had happened was I don't see or read well.
Mhm.
So I went up to the menu and I seen the it's called the cheesy Ramon.
Mhm.
I seen the cheesy ramen. That's what I saw. And then I seen the ingredients. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get me a spread, boy. Look it good. Like, let's get this thing. It came back a sandwich. Sandwich was good. I didn't have time to argue. Took it. We was in an event. Had one of our markets. Next time, same thing. I didn't have time to argue. All right, but afterwards I had time. Hey, what the fuck, man? What you mean, man? Oh, it's the cheesy Ramon. Man, it was still good, but it wasn't what I was expecting. So they ended up creating a spread for me.
Really?
Same ingredients. You put the hot Cheetos in there, the cheese, the brisket, all the pico and everything. During the wintertime, it's a tapatio ramen noodle cup. Like, man,
Oh, I need to try.
it's gonna clear your sinuses out for sure.
I need to
But
try.
Munchie Boys, man, they prayers to them. Shout out to them. They got it going on out there.
Yeah, dude, that sounds amazing.
That's what I love about San Antonio is I call it the sucia food. You know,
The
if it's the sucia food, if it's got the hot Cheetos in it, big is a big Papa's over off of New Braunfels and 35. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You get the torta in there, man, with the asada. They put the hot Cheetos, Takis, whatever you want, man. Crush it up in the torta, in the burrito, all of it, man. To me, San Antonio is all about the sucia food.
Yeah, I love that. I love that shit for real.
They be on it, man. I've seen you and your team work. I've, like I said, I've been a fan for a while. I followed y'all for a while. One thing that I had never noticed until maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, you had posted something about y'all going to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
Now I'm a new believer in Christ. I found Christ in 2022. Gave my life to God in July 2022. Got baptized later that year. Along with the DJ for tomorrow and one of the artists, Travis Terrell. We all got baptized together. Shout out to them. What is God to you? What role does God play in your life?
God is my number one. It's God and the music.
Yeah.
In between there's my family.
Yeah.
Like that's what drives me. It's the reason I exist. For real.
I feel that.
It's really it's pretty simple. Yeah, God is my everything.
I was told at a younger age, younger in my military career, you had to live by a code. You got to live by a code. And for me, it was always faith, family, country. Not always in that order. To this day, it's still faith, family, country. If I had the option to go back to the military today, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If they said, "Hey, we need you to go fight this war," in a heartbeat. Not the home side. I never did good on the home front, but on that side, let's do it. So like my faith growing up, I always believed of God. Never believed in him. To be honest with you, I hated him. I was mad at him, angry with him. So like I always had my love child of the Santa Muerte and the reading, and like my dad, he always wore this one. When he was in the military and gave it to me, I never took it off either. So I always had the following. I was always mad at him.
Yeah.
Always mad at him. Till about a few years ago. And that's when I became a crier. I cry about everything. Man, Sunday morning in worship, well, I sleep during service. Because, after a good cry, you got to sleep. And my pastor, he got such a soothing voice. That good worship come on, I cried out. Next thing you know, I'm in the third row. I'm on the edge. I always got to sit on the edge. Second, third, fourth, and fifth row. Yeah. Every time. Yeah. Snoring.
Yeah, I love that.
I'll be feeling bad sometimes. Like, man, they're going to call me out. They posted live on YouTube. Someone going to text me and see me. Like, my kids be laughing at me, hitting me. Like, you told us not to sleep, Dad. Like, fuck you. Do what I say, boy.
Not what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There was a long time where I didn't have a relationship with God growing up. My grandma always instilled it in us, pray. She's the one who taught me how to pray and stuff like that. And I would say thank God, amen, and everything like that. But I didn't have a relationship with God, and it wasn't until I had a relationship with God that my life started going in the right direction,
Hmm.
and really started making sense for me.
I feel that. I feel that. Um, he's definitely guided me in a whole nother level. Uh, he's brought me peace
Yeah,
from being an angry man. I'm talking about an angry man, drinking a 12 pack on a Monday. 2 or 3 blunts. Just angry,
yeah,
angry. And God, man, He always heals. So like God, my most recent tattoo. He's my inspiration behind it. But I'm awkward with pictures. I don't like pictures. I don't like my hands.
yeah,
People, and then be with the
yeah,
boys. They be throwing up their signs. Whatever. I'm
yeah,
like, man, what do I do? So recently, I had gotten this one. As my like that's my new picture pose, right?
yeah,
But send me, Isaiah 6:8. Send me. God asked, who shall I send? Send me. And that's like my thing. I've had people tell me like, how can you be out here doing what you're doing and be, you can't be a real believer? Like, yeah, but I'm touching more people than you are by being out there, than you are by sitting in here judging.
yeah,
Not that that's not okay. Do your thing. It's okay if that's what you want to do, but
yeah,
I'm gonna stay in the club. I'm
yeah,
gonna stay doing what I'm doing.
yeah,
And the amount of friends that I've had that have, hey bro, tell me about your men's group. Hey bro, I'm struggling. Like, can I help? It's opened up so many more doors for people
yeah,
to reach out to help because they know my beliefs. They know my all of that. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I believe that. So people sometimes like you'll see me in situations where it's like, how can you be a believer if you're in the club, like you're turning up and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm entering spaces where people need to hear what I
mm-hmm.
have to say about God.
And I had a pastor. I went on a mission trip with him to the Bay Area, to Berkeley, and to our city center out there. Shout out to them. Uh, he said he don't bring up God to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pastor, but he don't talk to God to nobody. He will. He doesn't start it.
Right.
And I had seen him in conversations, and he's talking to people, and they're talking and talking, and oh, what do you do? Oh, that's cool. What do you do? I seen him right there next to me on the plane. It was actor, a musician, and him, and they're talking all about it. And they look at him, and what do you do? He's, oh, I'm a pastor. And they're like, what? He's sitting there. First of all, the pastors at my church, they're not normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never be able to be a pastor there if I ever wanted to, because you gotta have shoe game, and you got to be able to play basketball. Them dudes, they ball out.
Okay.
They're in there with different Jordans every weekend, Travis Scott's, like shoes I ain't never heard of.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll never be able to be a pastor there. But they're like looking at him like, oh, you're a pastor? Like, yeah, I'm a pastor. I'm leading a mission trip. These are all my people around us. Like, and I love that because I don't like to start the conversation. Obviously, I just did right now.
I feel the
but,
same way too.
like,
Yeah.
I don't like pushing it on people because that's part of the reason why I grew up not liking it. You know,
Yeah.
Catholic Mexican family, all that. Like, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, first of all, got to do nothing.
Definitely.
You're not my mama, you're not my God, you're not my grandmama. So back up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's I like that. That's when I had seen that.
Mm-hmm.
That took the fan base to 100. In my like for me personally, my fan base to another level because it's like, all right, there's more out there
for sure.
than just the music and all of that. Like, it takes deeper into the person, and sometimes I feel like it's harder for people to relate to artists and stuff like that. And so when I see things like that, I applaud it. I really love that. That's dope.
Thank you.
That you post that.
It's just what it is, and I'm just speaking my truth now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All this hip hop music or Christian music's blowing up. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen that.
From R&B, hip hop.
Yeah.
San Francisco got the whole hyphy Christian music going right now.
Right.
Miles Minnick going on tour and all them dudes.
Yeah.
Do we see a track from you soon?
Like a Christian track?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, because in the Bible, God's always talking about, like, sing about me, sing my praise, like, praise me through song. So definitely that'll come, for sure.
Yeah, hey, them things be getting popping. I
know.
Some of them, and it's like,
and
man.
I feel like I do it in a way where like you're praising God, but, like, it's just a good song, too, like, for sure.
One of the ones I never realized it growing up, but it was always, I can rap it word for word. DMX, Lord Give Me a Sign. I never realized how much of a Christian rap song that was.
Wow.
Until I became a follower of Christ.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, damn, like he's really spitting real Bible verses here. Like he's really, man, that's crazy. Yeah, that one it is such a up tempo song and live and then it's got like his because DMX, rest in peace. His voice has so much pain but so much pride in it. Like is that song right there. If you ain't heard Lord Give Me a Sign, that one gives me turned every time. Like and I never realized how, like I said, how much of a believer of a song it was until I became a believer myself. But yeah, that one's crazy. Um Sheesh. Coming towards the end here. So we talked about Paula. We talked about her as your inspiration. And I've mentioned, how like growing up, I was watching her. Now, as I'm older, seeing you on the scene. What do you want to say to the little girl in the stands at the baseball park that's watching you?
That girl. That girl was so sad. She didn't think she was worth anything. She thought she was ugly. She was bullied, and she just hated. She was very angry. And I just wish I could tell her like everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna find yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna bloom and blossom, and people are gonna look up to you, and they're gonna look to you for inspiration and for beauty in their lives, and keep creating because you've always been creative, always. Just trust God, trust the process, and everything you're gonna experience in this life is gonna be for a reason.
I like that. I like that. That's dope. I never thought that I'd be in this position. I used to, on my 30th birthday, I was on probation. Was I on probation already, or? Yeah, I was. I didn't drink that day. I went a long period of time without drinking. Just throughout the time I'm finding God and all that. And I made a toast to my family. I was a firm believer I wasn't gonna make it to 30. The way I lived my life, the choices that I made, and I was okay with it. From 19 to 29, I did not think I was gonna make it to 30, and I was fully okay with it. And when I made it to 30, and I'm a believer in God and all that. I look at myself, and especially this year, like these 4 months, yo, I didn't realize the impact that I'm doing. But this week, so many people have told me, yo, you're bringing Krystall out here. And I'm like, it's a concert. They're like, no. Do you understand what you're doing for the artist underneath, the opening artist? Like, everyone talks about San Antonio rap and how no one gives a damn. And, like, my whole thing, like I mentioned, the Cypher, my whole thing on the Cypher is from San Antonio and Friends. The in Friends part is we got some people from Houston and Dallas to San Antonio. But let them know who we are as people. Let them know there's talent out here. And so people, tell me, like, do you understand what you're bringing them, the opportunity you're bringing them to open up for a person like Krystall? And then last minute, Juan Gotti jumping on and everything. They're like, do you know what you're doing? I'm like, man, look, I'm just trying to have a good time. Like, don't bring me that praise. Don't do none of that. But they're saying that. And so as you say those things, understand, props to you. This don't happen without me seeing someone bringing you to me and be like, oh, Krystall, you want to bring her out? Oh, Poppin OG, all of that. Like, she's perfect for the show. You know, that little girl that thinks she's ugly, like, you can provide that for people. And that's so much giving back to the world, opportunities. It's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing, and so thank you for that. You know, to Vega for helping out, helping. It hasn't been the smoothest communication, but appreciate the opportunity and all that because this for the longest time I've always felt Isaiah 6:8 send me. I've always felt that, and if I'm not going to be doing what I want to do, which is being a soldier, that was the love of my life. Got divorced, and I was okay because being a soldier was the love of my life. Being able to still help others in many different forms, thank you. You help provide that as well. So when people give me that, oh, you know what you're doing, the artist got to be humble enough to come out too. You know, so appreciate that.
Yeah,
you know,
thank you. Thanks
truly.
for having me, for real.
For sure.
Definitely. I do got one question. Do you have, or have you ever thought of the end result? Like, after everything's said and done, you want to retire?
Yeah.
What's your dream?
My dream is to live on a huge ranch. I'm talking like acres and
Snow.
acres and acres. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I want to have houses on my ranch for each like family member and their families. I want to have a bunch of like trees full of like um, pecans and stuff, and I want to have a bee farm on there. Um, I want to also have a really big, established, rich studio, just like quality studios like all over the place. I would like other musicians can come and we can just make a bunch of music, and like my kids are running around. I want them to learn, like I want them to go to school on the ranch. Like I want to educate my family. I want everyone to like realize their potential on this on this land and stuff. So that's just like my dream, for real.
Perfect. Yeah, that's I have something similar, not a whole ranch though. I just want to have like 5-10 acres just myself.
Yeah.
But another question real quick before we end it. If you could work with any artists out there, I know you worked with a lot so far, who would it be?
Lil Wayne.
Mm.
Yeah. If I could snap my fingers and get the collab I want, it would be Lil Wayne. I respect Lil Wayne's craft, his artistry, what he does for hip hop, what he does in his songs, what I would love to be able to rap like him one day. You know what I mean? I have a long way to go, but everything he drops inspires me, and it ignites something in me. I feel like his punchlines and metaphors are unmatched. Just like I have fun listening to Wayne, bro. And if I could just like share a moment with him on a song, like I would feel like I did what I had to do in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So my favorite album is Carter 2.
Yeah.
What would be yours for Lil Wayne?
2 and 3. 2 and 3. I'm always jumping back and forth.
What's your favorite song?
Yeah. The Mob is my favorite song.
The Mob.
Yeah.
Hustler Music.
Hustler Music is good.
That's
mine will always
be
mine will always be Misunderstood.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites too.
Misunderstood will always be mine.
Yeah.
Especially how he ends it. Those last 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Of just.
I remember being in high school bumping that one and just like feeling like I was so misunderstood. You know what I mean? Like it was just like speaking to me at that time.
High school.
Yeah.
What was bumping in high school? I think.
It's the Carter 2 right there.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, well, I left high school early. What was I bumping in high school? It was a lot of the New Boys. I don't know if you know, the whole Can't Tie Me Down, you know, and Jerkin, and on the other side was Swag Surfing on the other side of the country.
Shit, mine was strictly Houston. Nothing but Houston rappers.
Yeah.
Houston rappers, good.
Houston was, I mean, yeah. I remember I used to cruise. You know, I got my minivan. That's probably where my love for minivans came from. My best friend's mom had a minivan. We used to cruise that thing, man, to the movie theaters, put the windows down and bump, and it'd always be something like some Plies, Please Excuse My Hands, or, you know, some Pretty Ricky, you know, just looking at all the young shawties thinking we was hot shit. Like, yeah. Man, you know, that nasty music, just like, man, no wonder I had kids in high school, man. Like, so I had all my kids early, man. 4 of them by 22,
wow.
I think. Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
Last thing about music, man. You've mentioned the Waynes. You've mentioned the Snows. I think to me, she just did a song with T-Pain and forget who else. I forget, whatever the song that is, I'll pull it up on my phone after this. She killed it. She did another one, a cypher, Immigrants. I think there's a part 1 and 2. Those killed it, and I'm a huge fan of this Residente, the Calle 13, like one of my favorites of all time. we have the Kendricks, we have the Waynes, the J. Cole's.
Mhm.
For me, I'm more on the Latin side. There's the Daddy Yankees, all that. I don't think those are the best. I think those are the pretty faces.
Okay.
Like for me, if we're talking on my side, what I enjoy the reggaeton, it's like Tego, Calle 13,
Mhm.
Julio Boteo, they're real people. They don't have the pretty face.
Mhm.
When it comes to the men artists.
Yeah.
If you look at it from that direction, who do you think of as far as one of the greats?
The great.
That they're so underrated. They're the same skill set, but you know how the people they attract to the Daddy Yankees, they attract to the Bad Bunnies. Yes, they got good music, but so do these other artists over here. They just don't have that what the people want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Like who do I feel is a great but is underrated? Is that what you're saying? Damn, that's a hard one because I see.
Growing up, I think for women, for me, it was Eve. People had her so underrated.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, oh my God, you know who I feel? I mean, I forgot to mention this. Sorry, I'm gonna sidetrack real quick. Biggie is also on my top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, Biggie's like one of my favorite rappers as well. But let me see. Cause I'm going through like my list of rappers. Who's underrated? That's sick as fuck. You know what I feel is I feel X is not underrated, but I feel like what he was and what he was gonna bring to the game before he died is underrated.
Yeah.
I feel people don't respect Extentacion the way they should. Like he was about to be the one, and he left before his time.
You bring that up, I think Dolph is in the same conversation.
Yeah, I feel like
I didn't
Dolph.
realize how many bangers that man had.
Yeah.
And I'm going through my playlist. I'm like, oh, I have that song. I have that one too.
Jamming.
Just had it downloaded and added, not even paying attention to who sings it.
Yeah,
like,
jamming as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy when they leave before their time because it's like they have so much to give. When it comes to music specifically, like you have so much to give to the world when you're making music, because you're part of people's lives. When they like your music, you're part of their life.
Yeah.
You shape their life, and then when they're ripped out of people's lives, it's crazy. You're taking so much from people. I'm trying to think. Like I was saying, like Fab is a really good one that I feel like is not given any flowers for some
Lupe
reason.
Fiasco.
Yeah. Childish Gambino is another one that I feel also like he's in stay in one box. I really like that about him.
Sci-Hi Prince for me is on that list.
Yeah. The Underachievers. I made a song with AK the Savior, and I feel like they're very underrated. I feel like although they are known and famous, I feel like they need more recognition for sure. There's a lot.
Let's switch it over real quick. Running out. I think we're over time, but real quick, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think people might not have heard of that people need to hear from Texas?
GT Garza.
GT Garza. GT is a given.
Yeah.
That's a given. Like if you haven't heard GT,
I'm saying.
Like to me, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah.
I mean,
GT's a given, right?
I just feel like he's not put on like the Texas legends. Like he needs that, and I feel like people.
I can see that.
Like if you're not giving that to him, you don't know his music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on for G for sure.
I think
in Texas, if you don't know who GT is, you need to find out who GT is. GT Garza. Okay.
All right. Anything else, bro?
nah, I'm good, man.
Chris, you got anything else? Anything you want to say to the kids, to the people? Anything?
To the kids, to the people.
To all of them. I mean, I'm a kid still too.
Look, I feel like I've been in this game for a little minute, so I've learned a lot. And I feel like maybe people don't want to give me my flowers because they feel I haven't earned them, but I disagree. And I feel like although I do have a lot coming, I have laid a lot of groundwork for those who are going to come after me. And although I'm not demanding respect or love from anybody, I just want you to recognize like that I'm here, I'm real, I'm not going anywhere, and the best way to get to me is to show me love, because that's all I got for everybody.
I didn't realize how much, I don't want to say hate, but non-love there is in the industry than these last 6 months.
Yeah.
People like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. You're working with that person. Like, damn, I get it. You represent an artist, but chill out. Like, do you want to be on the show or not? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a nobody. I feel like I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like
Yeah.
everybody else. So I'm no better than you. I'm no worse than you.
Yeah.
But I'll take you off the show.
Yeah.
You show some respect to the people, you know,
Yeah.
like, especially if you're trying to be on the same show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like no one owes you shit, and
Mhm.
I feel like when people start acting like the world owes them, they get nowhere.
Yeah.
Because the world's never gonna give you that. Because there's no, you don't have the right to just be given shit.
yeah, I feel that.
I'm still finding my way. I feel a lot of people want to like put that responsibility on me to like make them happen, and
Mhm.
I just feel like I'm still trying to make myself happen. You
Mhm.
know, that's another thing I feel like I need to say. But and just shout out to everyone who has been a supporter, because I love to take care of my supporters, and I love to just like let them feel special, and I really want my supporters to feel like this is a community. Like whatever I'm putting out is like I have them in mind a lot, for sure. So, yeah, that's really what I say.
Appreciate that. Like I said, y'all gonna see this after 420. Appreciate y'all though that do take the second to listen. Hope you've learned enough about Krystall to
Yeah.
become a fan, and if you haven't, hey, go listen to some of her older stuff. Listen to some of her, if you're not into the new stuff, listen to the old stuff, because I
Mhm.
promise you.
But the new stuff is coming with the
Hey.
band.
Hey,
That shit's
I've
gonna
seen
be
them
from-
clips.
Yeah, that shit's coming. The band is coming. Like that real music is coming
Yeah.
for real. I'm barely tapping into that, so I'm excited about
Looking forward to that for
Yeah.
sure. Hey, thank you. Again, coming out here all the way from Chuco,
Yeah.
know it's a long drive. Your team appreciate y'all. Looking forward to a good 36 hours.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Before the show, right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm ready to go grub.
Got the tacos on set. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Dad Bros, RobsFault, Krystall Poppin. Thank y'all.